Hi, welcome. Happy 2026. This is a 1 year, and I think it's really going to be certainly a powerful one, but also um, a really amazing one. So, this is the January 2026 reading to share with you the energies. I took a look at the energies coming in this month of January, and which is also a one. So this reading is for January 2026. And so the cards I got for today with the energies are really speaking about us stepping into our power and learning to listen and connect with our own gifts and skills. Last year, 2025, was a 9 year, and 9s are all about completion. It was a year of the snake, and we're still technically still in that year of the snake. We'll be in the year of the fire horse as of February 17th. And of course, the snake, the serpent, is all about shedding the past. And what do? They shed the past so they can expand into more and more of their authentic self. And so this month of January is sort of a, okay, it's crunch time. It's crunch time to, prepare ourselves and to really commit to ourselves, commit to what is going to feed us, and then as a result is going to feed others, is going to assist others. How are we going to show up? How do we want to show up? Not how we were told to show up, but not how we were programmed to show up, but how can we show up in a way that's fulfilling for us, where we can be bringing our own inner joy and excitement out to others, free from old programming, old lessons, free from over processing. Last year was really all about processing the shadow, looking at what we need to let go of, what's hindering us on our path. And we're in the 1 year, and that is a year of power. And of course, the first card that came out today was the Magician card. Perfect for a 1 year. This is a major arcana card. It is a 1. And this is where we are told, and our higher self is telling us, you have all the tools you need. You have everything you need at your hands. It's all within you, and it's around you. Whatever you need, it's there. But it's important to make that decision. What am I going to create? And in a traditional tarot card deck, this card would show the magician with one hand up to the heavens and one hand down to the earth. So it's really as above, so below, as within, so without. What are we going to manifest? So we come into this month of January. We'll have a full moon coming up in just a couple days. Today is January 1st, 2026, when I'm making this video. So in a couple days, we're going to have the full moon. This is going to really illuminate what little bits maybe we need to look at and let go of, so that when we get to the new moon towards the end of the month, we can plant the new seeds of what our goals are, what we're actually going to manifest. Because we will have let go of limiting beliefs. We will let go of, anything that might hinder us on our path. So it does require decisions, and it does require responsibility, but it requires being able to fully acknowledge that the shadow parts of ourselves with love, to love that aspect of ourselves, to know it's not wrong, it's just not serving us right now. It's just due to old programming and perhaps, traumas from the past, but we can let go of it now. And and we can step into our power. So to love those aspects of ourselves, those shadow aspects, all of ourselves. Now, it looks like we're going to have great success with this mastering and stepping into our goals, our power, and our authenticity, because we're underneath that magician, we had the peacock. So I see peacocks as protectors. I believe in ancient times they would have peacocks because I think they killed the poisonous snakes. They also, they're pretty flashy when they fluff out their tails, and pretty, pretty beautiful, pretty magnificent. They also, their feathers are, they look like an eye. And we certainly have had a lot of things, in the media with, three-eye atlas, which is the third interstellar, object in our solar system that was observed. But a lot of people call it three-eye atlas. And, no matter what it is, I think that's, for much dispute. The talk is bringing attention to our third eye. And so that is our pineal gland. That is our where we can have a clearer connection with our authenticity and with our God source. Also, of course, most importantly, through the heart. But it's important to, with intention, sort of take off any blinders from our third eye and just to be open to seeing. And so how do we see? We don't just necessarily see with these two eyes. We don't necessarily even see like a movie screen in our head. That's one way we can see, which would be clairvoyance, or seeing visions. But we have clairaudience, hearing. We have clairsentience, which is feeling, trusting our gut, and we have claircognitiveness, which is just a knowing, just an inner knowing. We don't know how we know, but we just know. So I feel like there's also we're also being encouraged to eat a cleansing diet this moving forward, trying to eat foods that are less processed, that are more organic, fresher, to create that healthier lifestyle, so that then we detoxify our bodies with grace and ease, and we can then access our own inner knowing, our inner seeing, our inner hearing, our inner feeling, all of our clairsentient gifts. We have, next to the magician, we have the Two of Cups. And this is all about equal and special relationships. Here it's showing, lovers, beloved partners. So it feels that the energies that are coming in this month are encouraging us to, in being our authentic self, we will attract those that are of a similar frequency. So you probably have noticed in your own lives, if you woke up on the wrong side of the bed and you've got to get to work, you might spill your coffee, you might get stuck in traffic, you might, need to stop somewhere and there's a long line. Maybe you wanted to pick up a coffee, maybe you didn't have coffee at home because it spilled, you wanted to get coffee, but now there's a long line. Everything is going to sort of not flow because the frequency that you woke up with wasn't adjusted, and so was out of balance and low vibrational, and so you attract those things. But if we raise our frequency, and that's simply by doing things that are fulfilling for us, even small things like any self-affirming thing we can do, including as simple as doing something that brings you joy, even if it's something that is only a short period of time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes of that. Listening to music that you like, anything. Anything we can do to affirm ourselves, having some positive affirmations that we say or read in the morning, especially if we can say them out loud, is very helpful. But in the month of January, we're being encouraged to. So this card is talking about relationships and how they mirror us. So just as I said, as within, so is without. The relationships that we attract, just observing and noticing what's showing up, because those individuals that are showing up in your life are going to mirror back to you. They may be mirroring your beauty. They may be mirroring your wisdom. They may be mirroring you on an emotional level, mental, emotional level, or physical level. But they're going to be the mirrors for you. So if someone's triggering you, they're mirroring something that needs to be healed. And so that is a gift, even though it might be unpleasant and you might not be too happy with the triggers. They will be mirroring something that needs to be resolved in you. Because of course we can't get triggered if we're feeling really at one with ourselves, comfortable with ourselves. Then it doesn't matter what somebody says or does. We are not going to be bothered by it. We're just going to move along. So this is encouraging. To just recognize the mirrors, who's showing up in your life, and certainly to encourage the healthy relationships. So who is in your circle? And that doesn't mean, and I mean not an exclusionary thing or a clique. I just mean who is generally in your day-to-day life, who's showing up. What are they mirroring to you? Are they mirroring something that needs to be healed? Are they someone that is an energy vampire, for example, to you? Okay, are they mirroring that you don't have healthy boundaries and that you allow people to, you acquiesce to them? Or is someone uplifting and you just love their energy and then you just feel so good around them? So just noticing those mirrors in your life, so that then you can choose who do I resonate with? Who resonates with me? And what are they showing me? What are they bringing out in me? Because often we'll have people who will bring out the best in us. That's what we want, right? To bring out the best in someone else, and then to bring out the best in us. But also appreciating those people that do trigger us, because they are letting us know, oh, thought I got over that, but evidently, so I gotta clear it. And so being grateful for that too. And underneath the Two of Cups was the drum. I have one of my drums here, my first drum. Was gifted to me by my family years ago, and then I painted the Pleiades and the Hanukkah on it, and so I brought out that drum for today. So the drum. We are in the month of January 2026. We are coming into the beginning of something new, of a new way of being, of a new approach where we are going to be in more natural rhythms with the universe. We're going to be in more natural connection with Mother Earth. We're being encouraged to honor the natural rhythms. I don't know if you've noticed, but there has been, seems to be a shift in holidays. So many people, for example, are like, for example, with Christmas, as an example, I don't really want to be, rushing around buying gifts. I really just enjoy getting together and sharing with others. So they're making other choices so that they are not stressed out for a particular time of year. Now we've just had the holidays, and we're moving into a time where it's going to be beneficial for us to move a little slower, to perhaps stop multitasking and instead just focusing in on one thing at a time and really releasing the stress uh, of feeling like we have to tick off all the to-do list. So honoring, because this is a slower time of the year. You know, the world outside, at least in the northern hemisphere, is resting. Those seeds that have been shed by the plant kingdom, they're germinating, and they germinate in the dark. And this is now we are moving into the light, but it's still pretty dark season right now as far as the light. Still short days. They are getting longer, but the seeds, for example, in the natural kingdom are germinating. Many of the animals and creatures are sleeping or resting, hibernating. So this is a time in which it's great for us to move in alignment with the natural flow by deciding, self-reflection. What do we want to plant? What seeds do we want to germinate? This is a perfect time to germinate those seeds. So I feel like this full moon that we'll have on the 3rd as well will bring awareness to what do we want to grow in our lives? What seeds are we going to want to plant in our lives? And let's do it without the limitations. Let's just, if you have to fake it till you make it, which I'm doing with these videos because I've never done videos before. But anyways, I digress. So if you're going to fake it till you make it and just really let go of the limitations, what good does it do you? They're not real anyways. So we're infinite beings. We have infinite skills, infinite abilities, and we can access infinite wisdom, infinite creativity. But we have to be present enough that we can receive it. So we might, creative ideas may come through the ethers, but if somebody's just rushing around trying to get everything done and be productive, quote unquote, they're going to miss the divine inspiration. So slowing it down in the month of January as we really connect in, look at the mirrors in our lives with that 2 of Cups, and we really look at also our relationship with ourselves. Where have we been self-judgmental? Where have we been self-critical? Where have we been self-sabotaging? So that we can let go of that, so that we can really germinate those seeds, plant seeds that will grow, those seeds of our wisdom, our skills, our own way of expressing things and sharing things with the world. And that way we really help. We really help everything, the people around us. And so doing things that will connect you in with the natural rhythms. And that can be drumming circles, that can be sound baths, that can be dancing with the rhythm, and allowing yourself to just flow with the rhythm of the music or whatever you're hearing. Or if you do have a drum or a rattle, just drumming and just allowing yourself to be taken into that kind of almost a hypnotic state. Years ago, for example, doing fire ceremonies, and we would drum and sing the same song over and over and over again, and for I don't know, maybe hours, and that really puts you in a altered state, so to speak. Now you can naturally, and you can achieve that just through opening sacred space if you have a particular way you like to do that. that definitely will help to put you from ordinary reality into non-ordinary reality. Also, uh, if you meditate, the whole purpose of meditating, for example, is that once you practice and are committed and meditate on a regular basis, you'll find that you will enter what, like a zero space, this sort of nothingness space. You will have quieted the mind so much that you drop into the heart. You drop into the place of infinite possibilities. The empty space that's really not empty. It's full of infinite possibilities. And that's when eventually, perhaps after the meditation, the divine inspiration, your higher self will be able to communicate a message to you. You'll have greater clarity on a particular issue in your life. So drumming is a way to do that. Dancing is a way to do that. Walking out in nature is a way to do that. And for some people, especially since we're here with snow, some people love skiing or skating. And especially with skiing, because they have to go with the flow of the snow and or ice, or the curves of the land. They almost get to that perhaps zero space, because their focus is not on the mental monkey mind, but instead in being in harmony with the rhythms of Mother Earth. So finding ways to be in harmony with the natural rhythms of Mother Earth is going to be helpful for all of us, especially this month of January. Now we have also the Ace of Pentacles. And so, of course, this is, we were just talking about seeds and planting seeds and the seeds germinating. And all the aces in the tarot deck are number 1. We are in a 1 month. Today is the first day of the month of January, which is a 1, in the year 2026, which is a 1. So it's a 111. And 3 ones would be the number 3, which is creativity and manifestation. So the Ace of Coins is the Ace of Pentacles, and Pentacles, it's a 5-pointed star, and it is, when it's in the upright position, which it is in the Ace, of course, it represents divine spirit guiding the 4 elements. And the 4 elements are what we are living in, existing in: earth, air, fire, water. And then divine ether, I call it. Divine spirit, creator, source, God. So source is giving all of us a gift with the Ace of Coins. But again, it is like that divine inspiration. If we're running around and we're so busy trying to please everybody, make everybody happy, and we're not listening, we might miss that gift, that opportunity. So pay attention and take that seed, take that gift that's being offered. Because, for example, in the traditional tarot, it shows a beautiful garden, a beautiful landscape. So what are we going to plant? Really visualize yourself taking that seed, that gift from source or from your higher self, whatever you feel an affinity for, connecting with. Take it into your heart chakra. Take it into your heart. And what do I want to manifest in my life? What do I want to manifest today? What feeds my soul? What makes me happy? Just feel that. Because we have underneath it the choice card in the Lenormand. And this came up in the December reading as well, because of course those things are sort of carrying through. Okay? Time's different in other realms. It doesn't really exist, so. So the 22 is a master number, and um, and in this card, it shows the two doors. There are two paths, and I feel like in this particular month, we're really being asked to: are we going to choose the path of limitation, a path of fear? Are we going to choose a path of the past? Allowing the past to rule over our current situation? Or are we going to choose the path of love, the path of joy, the path of happiness, the path of infinite possibilities? And yes, they are the paths of unknown. Those doors open, we don't know exactly where they're going to go. And that's where we have to be brave and courageous and just step through that door and into the unknown, trusting that all is well and that the divine universe has our back. And I don't mean, willy nilly. We do have to have some sense of discernment, of course. But the future is unknown. The future changes from moment to moment with every single decision or choice or move that we make. So realizing and just accepting that the future is unknown, and being okay with that. But deciding, do I really want to looking at the past, well, that didn't work out last time. I don't know. I don't trust it. So I'm going to stay in my own little box. Are we going to keep ourselves boxed in and with limitations? Or are we just going to choose? And it's a choice. You can simply choose it. And you may have to choose it daily for a bit, and moment to moment even. Sometimes if we have some old programming we're working through that we haven't quite released yet, but you can still choose to not allow that to limit you. To know that we are each divine, we are each very powerful, we each have our own unique ways and of being, and our own unique gifts, our own unique perspective on things. And that's important to share. So, for example, I used to say, I want to attract those of like mind. But when you think about it, if you attracted everybody of just like mind, where's the growth there? If you're all going to be thinking the same way, doing everything the same way, of course, I didn't really mean that, but words are powerful. So we want to attract equal and special relationships that feed our soul, that propel us on our path. So looking at that, I do feel this is also a reading about relationships for sure. So looking at where we've allowed ourselves to be limited, where we've allowed, and of course it's never anybody else's fault. It really is, it's our responsibility now in this present moment to make the choices that are going to be healthier for us and bring us greater joy and happiness, because that will just instantly affect others around us. That's, we radiate out our energy isn't just here in our physical body, it radiates out. That's why you can walk into a room, you can be like, ooh, there's a lot of tension here, because maybe there was an argument before you showed up. Or you could walk into some place and be like, whoa, this feels so uplifting, I really like it here, or this is a great, gathering. I feel uplifted, or I feel grounded, I feel safe, or I feel seen, heard. You can meet somebody and you might automatically feel like, their energy is a little questionable. Or you might meet somebody and you're like, wow, they're really joyful. They just radiate out, joy or love. So really deciding, what do you want? What do you want in your life? How are you going to show up? And your decision to be, I would say, to be limitless. Decide to be limitless. Decide to see yeah, all the many things you can be, all the many aspects of yourself that maybe been hidden, squelched down, and but we're stepping into our power. And we're going to be guided to do that. We're going to be encouraged to do that. We're maybe abruptly to some degree, because we have the Judgment card here. Now, in a typical tarot card deck, the Judgment card would be a benevolent angel blowing a horn, a trumpet, and a man, a woman, and a child, and others in coffins coming, that are floating, and kind of they're coming out of the coffins, and they're looking up at the angel, and they're being given a new life. They're given a second chance. So the Judgment card, here it's almost as if she is playing, I think she's playing her flute to awaken the little sort of earth elementals from their wintry sleep, because perhaps it's springtime. So this card indicates that in the month of January, there is likely to be, this is a major arcana card, as was the Magician, or as is the Magician card. So this is indicating to us that there will be some sort of wake-up call that is likely to occur in regards to us personally, but also, I think, perhaps even globally. I don't feel this is anything bad. I feel like it's actually extremely beneficial, because with it, we have the Keeper of Scales. This is fairness and balance. So here, there is, in the month of January, going to be a rebalancing. That which was out of balance, that which was deceptive, deceitful, perhaps even evil, globally, will be brought into balance. Justice will come for that, those aspects. Where we've seen things in our world, because we have, last year, a lot came up for us to see, and more will come up for us to see. That's what the Judgment card is indicating here. More is going to come up for us to see, certainly on a personal level, and we'll talk about that in a moment, but globally, there's likely to be new information coming out that will illuminate where there has been injustice. So, and it may be surprising, but this is beneficial. It is going to be very good for the world, because justice will come, as we have the Keeper of the Scales, will bring harmony back, will restore harmony. So situations outside, as we're creating harmony within ourselves, and that's important. And I think in general, we have been working to create better harmony within ourselves. And so our outside world is also going to reflect that by bringing harmony, by bringing a rebalancing where things have been out of balance. These cards are indicating, because a major arcana card is a destined card. It is a note from source. This is destined, and this is going to serve for the highest good. So there will be sort of a second chance. There will be another opportunity, many opportunities, because there is a rebalancing. And that which was unjust will be totally revealed and will be dealt with to bring harmony for everybody, so that things are in more of a balance, because things have been out of balance for a while. And so for us personally, bringing bringing our own awareness um, to look at where have we been out of balance. And this did sort of come up in last month's reading. And so this is indicating to us to bring harmony into our lives. Find ways to live in a bit more balanced lifestyle, a healthier work play balance, for example, a healthier family life. Where can we bring harmony and balance to the family? Perhaps we're making sure that we have dinner together without our cell phones. Even if we only did it once a week, but we, and then gradually worked up to more, where we sit and we actually, talk with our family. So maybe we disengage from our phones to create more harmony within us. Maybe we decide to exercise and make the time to do that to bring more harmony into our body. So this is a month that will bring us these positive changes, but there will be change because the Judgment card does bring change, but it's beneficial, especially that we have the Keeper of the Scales there with it. And in the Judgment card, it is benefic. It is a benevolent angel with that trumpet in the traditional one. And even here, she is benevolent and she's playing her sweet music to awaken. And sound is very prevalent in this reading. Hence the drum. And the drum card. And of course, the Judgment card where she's playing the flute. And we also have this card here with the whale. So, the Song of the Sea. There's certainly, I can't remember if it was last year or a little bit prior to last year, but there was a point when scientists were saying that the whales were not singing. And they were concerned because it was very odd that the whales weren't singing. Now they are singing again. And it is believed that the whales' songs, not only literally, they're communicating with each other, but they are healing. Whale songs are very healing. It's a healing frequency. It helps to heal the oceans, the waters. It helps to keep things in harmony. It's very powerful. Whale songs are very powerful. Matter of fact, I believe it was the humpback whale. Is it the humpback? Or the sperm whale? Sperm whale. Because a person that I had met was telling me that the sperm whale has such a loud frequency song and sound that if a person was like underwater up close to them, it could burst their eardrums. Now, of course, the whale wouldn't mean them harm, or anything like that. And I don't know that would actually happen. I kind of feel like the whales are so intelligent they would, perhaps not speak at that time, not make a sound, if there was someone right close to them, because we have certainly seen many divers swimming next to whales. But a whale song is so powerful. And it's sort of like bells. They say that bells are actually helpful in healing. And many shamanic traditions, for example, will use bells. And many other healing modalities will use bells or songs or sound to heal. Sound heals. Basically, all healing traditions will recognize that sound heals. And whales represent ancient wisdom. They represent sharing that wisdom and keeping that wisdom safe and then sharing it when the time's right. And here, this little girl in this picture. She is learning from the whale how to trust and how to not be fearful of things that may seem so much grander and larger and unexpected and than than we are. So to be discerning, but also to listen. There's a very important message with the whale, to listen to what other people are saying, if we're engaging in conversation with them, or if we're watching something, what are they really saying? And to listen to our own inner guidance, to be still and actually listen to our own inner guidance. And when we're talking to someone, a friend or a beloved partner or our child, to really listen to them. Or just somebody you happen to, passing by and you just have a little conversation, maybe you're waiting in line for something. Listen to them. We put the phones down and we be present with who's in front of us. We listen to them. And this little girl here has to, she has to make sure she doesn't have up barriers, like out of fear of being noticed, being seen. What is this, other person going to be like? So we're coming into a time when it'll be safe to express our authentic feelings in timely and appropriate ways, and also to really listen to what other people are saying, so that we know how they are feeling, so we can discern really who they are, so we can discern what they're really trying to express. So listening is going to be important. We have the King of Pentacles here in the tarot. And I feel like this is a lot of stability coming in for us. I feel like the King of Pentacles is coming in to stabilize. He's holding one of those pentacles. He's holding that seed that's being gifted to us. And he is in his mature state. So this is, each one of us can be our own King of Pentacles. We can be in our mature, grounded state. So grounding will be really important for this month of January. So being grounded and really from that place, then we know how to germinate those seeds and how to build what it is we want to create. So the King of Pentacles isn't working right now because the King of Pentacles has already created his goals, his dreams, because he was diligent and determined, slow and methodical, and didn't expect things to be instantaneous, but had the long game, in his mind. So he's encouraging us to think long term, think ahead for the generations. And coupled with the whale, these are seen as very ancient beings, as keepers of the ancient knowledge. And with this King of Pentacles also thinking long term. So, in many tribal, indigenous cultures, they would meet with the elders and they would make their decisions based on generations to come. Is this going to be, they didn't think, oh, okay, is this just going to work for me right now? But it's really going to be bad for those other people down the road. They really thought long term. to set up a healthier community. They thought long term. So their decisions, their important decisions, were based on how they perceived it would affect in the future. Because what we do does affect. If we do healing work on ourselves, it heals 7 generations past and 7 generations forward. So decisions that we make, we need to be made from that place that's grounded and balanced and in harmony. And we're getting that because we're going to have the harmony because we have the keeper of the scales. This is sort of our second chance with the judgment card, kind of a new life. You know, we've had, as a culture, as a world, we've had so much limitation, so much fear-based programming. But this is our second chance to move forward. We're starting this month of January. To what plants, what seeds are we going to plant that are filled with love and positivity and limitless thinking? And also, what seeds and goals are we going to create and manifest that are of integrity and responsibility that will help our communities? If we're all helping our communities, and of course, starting first with our own self and then our family, loved ones, and then our community, you know, the world's going to be great. It's a beautiful golden age, and the Aquarian age, and of course in February the fire horse is coming in to propel all this super fast, and things are going to be moving fast. But I think for January, yes, some big changes with that judgment card, but this is a perfect time to really be grounded, take responsibility, think long term, not short term. And is what I'm going to create going to, bring joy? Is it going to bring benefit? Is it, and of course, we don't have to be like save the world, out there, as a warrior or whatever, trying to save the world and create harmony. No, just by doing things that are fulfilling to us, that are rewarding, and that use our own gifts with the magician here. Choosing, knowing that you have everything you need. You have all the skills. We have the inner knowing. We have the gifts within us that are just, really wanting to be expressed. And this is the time to do that, to honor and respect ourselves, to be of integrity, to recognize the triggers that we might have had, that we can let them go once and for all, and to trust. And also, I'm feeling with this card here, to realize that we're really much bigger and much more powerful than we could ever imagine. And that's a good thing, because we're all going to participate together and co-create together a beautiful, harmonious world. The more we can step into our power, the more we love and honor ourselves first, the more we will create that amazing future. So, one last thing before I close here. So, of course, it made sense. What card showed up today was the rose quartz. And rose quartz is one of the, actually I have one. Where did it go? Let me grab it. Here. So here I have a beautiful rose quartz palm stone. So it is a beautiful pink quartz, and it represents self-love, learning to love ourselves, learning to honor ourselves. It will attract greater love into your life. So sometimes it's seen as attracting a beloved partner, or friendships that are equal and special, all of the above. or the right job, the right career, the right living situation, because we are in our heart space. So anytime we can practice being in our heart space, and rose quartz will help us to do that. So I do feel that rose quartz can be helpful for the month of January, to hold that stone. Maybe wear jewelry with rose quartz, or just put a little piece of tumbled stone in your pocket. I always have stones in my pocket. Let's see, what do I have today? Let me see, I have a lapis lazuli. What do I have over here? And I have an amethyst heart. So carrying stones with us, yes, even if they can be against the skin, against the body, awesome. But if not, they're still in our auric field, so they're still energetically going to affect us. Do remember to cleanse your stones or crystals, and you can Google that, which way. Some are not meant to be put in sea salt and water, as others can. Of course, sunlight is very cleansing. Sage and intention is also very powerful. But using rose quartz will be helpful as well this month, should you choose to work with that crystal, to really help us love and honor ourselves. And when we do that, we come into natural harmony. Our heartbeat is aligned with the frequency of Mother Earth. So with Mother Earth's heartbeat. And so drumming can be helpful to connect us with the rhythm of Mother Earth, her heartbeat. So grounding, connecting in with Mother Earth, loving and honoring ourselves, and being brave and courageous to step into your power and to share your gifts with the world. Think about what seed you want to germinate, and then with the new moon at the end of the month, intend to energetically plant those seeds, trusting and knowing that they are going to grow and into beautiful, amazing gifts that are shared with the world. So on that, I want to thank you for listening, and know that I appreciate all of you, and I'm excited. I'm excited for this new month and this new year. Thank you. Bye.